amazing.
That did not disappoint. That was totally worth it. Oh my god. Rise of the Resistance, right?
Best ride I've ever been on.
For real, that's alright. Natalie, what are you doing here?
Hey, we're waiting in line around 6:18 a.m. to go into the Rise of the Resistance ride.
Okay, so we're inside. Come on.
You've flown for me before. I can't believe you made it back. And it's good you made it. Good luck to you all. You might need it.
Falcon ride.
Super fun.
That was really fun.
cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system. Deck is in motion.
This is your final report. I'm getting a high reading of the fuel pressure line. That's better. Okay.
You have what I want. You know the location of the secret base. We'll take it from you. Keep the prisoners here. I will return to finish this.
Oh my god, but mind blown. That was incredible. Way better than expected.
How many turns each do a bowl? That's why
So
this one
perfect.
probably gets
I am back home. I'm still recovering. I'm really tired still, but it was a great spontaneous trip. So basically, I went up to see the rocket launch, and that was just incredible to see that launch at night. And we were so close, and it was just so cool. It's the 50th SpaceX successful launch, and that was just really awesome to see. There's truly nothing like it. Saw the dispatch, saw it, you know, it was just like amazing. I can't even really put it into words. It was just kind of a loss of words. I was recording it with my phone, and I had to just kind of move it aside and just focus because I didn't want to miss it. I just wanted to see it with my own eyes because it looks so much better in person than it does on the screen. That was just a really cool sight. It was late. It was like 11 something. So then, yeah, we drove all that way from here and then got over there and tried to find a hotel nearby. Everything was super expensive or booked. So we were like, okay, like we wanted to do Disney the next day, so let's drive to Orlando. Drove to Orlando on the way, just trying to look up hotels, and eventually settled on one. We're gonna do the Gaylord Palms. That one's, well, I mean, we really love that hotel, so it wasn't really settling, but it was like, okay, we need to pick one. Let's do this. They have a room, all right, with the atrium view. Let's go there. So then, yeah. And then the next day, we woke up super late because we were exhausted from staying up late, driving, and then, you know, settling down, unpacking everything. And woke up the next day like at 10:30, and we're like, okay, like let's go to Hollywood Studios and see if we could see Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and ride the rides. And boy, were we mistaken. So we didn't realize that you had to get there super early to be able to ride the main attraction, Rise of the Resistance. And yeah, I mean, this was just really crazy on our part. But we learned, so we went. We weren't able to ride it, went to guest services, and I just want to give a major shout out to Disney for being so accommodating and just truly understanding of their guest experience, and really also putting in all this work to make that whole Star Wars land so magical and authentic and real and special. Hollywood Studios needed something. They needed that big franchise. I think Disney needed that big franchise. I know they have the whole Avatar world, which is huge and also so incredible to witness the experience, and that Avatar ride is like phenomenal. But they needed a big franchise to compete with the whole Harry Potter land in Universal. So I think this is just what they needed, because boy, like, was it detailed and great. Like, they killed it. So went to guest services, and they were able to refund the money, and we decided, okay, like, we're gonna do our research and plan. So the next day we woke up around like 5 and got dressed and ready to head over to Hollywood Studios to be there at like 6:30, and waited in line in the entrance. We already got our tickets. We went to a resort and we bought them there, so we already have them, so we didn't have to worry about that the next day, because then that would have been an issue. So we waited in line to get in, finally got in. We got in like at 7, and then they let you walk all the way through to until a certain point. So we walked to that certain point and in the direction of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So then we stood there until 8 until the app opened, so then we could get the boarding passes for Rise of Resistance. So this is just a pro tip. So when you go early, go before it opens. So then you have to physically be there when it opens, go on the app and request those boarding passes. So we all have the app on our phone, like ready to go, which is what they say, have everyone on your party ready to go to see, so whoever gets it first gets to do it. So then I hopped in the app, saw it, so did my dad, but my dad got to it first and he was like, okay, I have it. So then I exited out to make sure there's no complications with him getting it, and then his name didn't pop up on the options of the guests. So then we had to, me and my sister, hop back on to see who would get it first, to see if we could do it. And ultimately we got it, but it was like number 63, and they say 63 and up are kind of considered like backups. Like you might not be able to ride it. Like everyone before that is pretty guaranteed, but 63 and up are not really all that guaranteed. So yeah, we were pretty disappointed, but we went on with our day. I'm not gonna say the best part because I still have to finish the story, but so we got in. We were like first group, obviously. We were there from the very beginning. We went in to ride the Millennium Falcon ride, so we went straight in, didn't really have to wait, did that, and that was cool. I was a gunner, me and my mom was a gunner, my dad and my sister were pilots, so it was a lot of fun. I think the pilot part is the funnest part. The engineers, I don't really know what they did, to be honest, and I just shot stuff, and then we have a missile that we click on. But the pilot, they have the hardest job because they go up and down and side to side, and yeah, they said it was very sensitive, so you have to move very little to do it. But yeah, it was cool, you know, but we were more excited for the Rise of the Resistance because we've heard it was the best ride in Disney and we've heard really great things. So we were really excited for that. So we went on with our day road stuff, and it was just a really nice day because it wasn't hot. It was kind of chilly. I had like my hoodie and my windbreaker on, but it was still nice. The sun came out. It was just really enjoyable. I tried all those stuff to eat, tried the popcorn, which was good. I liked it because it was like sweet. It wasn't really spicy. That Outpost mix, they said it was like a mix of sweet and spicy, but I didn't really taste the spicy. It was more so just sweet. It tasted like kettle corn, but the colors and stuff were cool. The little souvenir thing is super cute. The little Coke and Sprite bottles, like, I don't know, these little details, you're like, and the water, it was just like in the Star Wars language. It was just like really, really cool, everything. And we had the Ronto wrap, which I thought was also really good. It was like that hot dog with like turkey and like a slaw. So that was good. Oh, the gourmet desserts. I had that matcha one, that like raspberry, and my mom had the chocolate one. I don't remember the names of them right now. Like some Star Wars name thing, but those were like phenomenal. Like we sat there and ate it and we were just like, I had the blue milk and I really liked it. I was between getting the green and the blue, but I was sold on the blue. I heard it was more popular, and a guy there said that that was the one he liked. And I wasn't really in the mood for that citrusy taste. I was in the mood more for like a berry taste. So that's what I did, and yeah, it was good. I think it would probably be better when it wasn't so cold outside, because it's still at that point it was a little chilly and my fingers were freezing. But for like a warm like summer day, that would really hit. Saw that little documentary Star Wars film that they had, and that really made me want to work for Disney. Like I saw that and I was like, I mean, I have been like applying and trying to work for, you know, like the entertainment, tourism, television side of things, and I was like, wow, like that's something I'd be really good at, and that's something I'm really passionate about. But that just like emphasizes, especially for my sister too. My sister's a huge Star Wars fan, so she saw that and she wants to be a mechanical engineer, and she's like, oh my god, like I could work for Disney, like that would be super cool. So that's what we were thinking about during that. I mean, it was hard. We woke up super early, so we were pretty tired. we muscled through it. We were checking that app like crazy, trying to look at the boarding pass and seeing what groups were boarding. That's the thing, you don't get really a set time, so you have no clue when it's gonna happen, and we still had to head home. So that part was difficult. I think it's interesting that the way they handle it, because if they do it first come first serve, then people would be at the park like incredibly early. They'd be there like 3 days ahead. So I think the way they do it is, for the time being, the best way to do it, but I would definitely do it again. So at some point the ride broke, or there were some issues with it, and they stopped boarding people. So we were looking at the app and it just kind of went blank, and we were like about to cry, like we came here for this. But you know, they eventually fixed it, and yeah, I mean, at that point we left, and then we had to come back because we saw that it was moving and moving quickly. So we rushed back. We were already like on the turnpike heading home, and we rushed back to get on the ride. And I'm not even like gonna lie to you, that did not disappoint. That was the best ride I have ever been on. If you're a Star Wars fan, like that, it's just so impactful. I saw a guy when we were like heading off the ride, and he was just like mind blown, and that's exactly how I felt as well. I mean, I love Star Wars, and I really love that Disney did this. So I was just, all of it, it's just, there's so many elements to it. It was just a full-on experience. That's the best way to put it. It was like from start to finish so special and spot on. Like they really like went full out with it, and I'm so glad they did, because that did not disappoint for a second. All the characters that they had, the guest appearances, the stormtroopers, when you walk in that vast room, I just wanted to stay there and take pictures and videos. Like I was just like in awe. I just couldn't even believe it. Like I have seen pictures of it, but just experiencing it was so much better. And so like, I thought it was real. I really thought I was like in the movie, or like Star Wars is a reality and I was in it. Like it was just, I can't even begin to put it into words accurately. I can't. Just the ride was also really cool. There's like a point like you have like this wind blowing through your hair, and I felt like I was in like an action sequence. The guest appearances, like I said, like honestly I didn't want to leave. I didn't want the Resistance to come pick me up. I wanted to stay with Kylo Ren. Like I was like, no, it's good. I think I could stay here. But yeah, there's nothing like that ride. Like nothing. There's nothing like it. It puts everything else to shame. Like I was like, I would do it all over again. I would wake up at 5 o'clock and do it again. I would. And I would take everyone with me if I could. My sister got a lightsaber, and it's really, really cool. She got Luke Skywalker's, so yeah, she's so happy with it. Oh, I hadn't really seen the whole Toy Story Mania section. It's been a while since I've been to Hollywood Studios. That was cool as well. As time went on, the park got more and more packed. Coronavirus, what? Like, people really don't care. I thought it would probably be like less packed, especially since it wasn't a long weekend either, and usually I go during long weekends, and those are nuts. I got some great videos and pictures. I think the best time to get the videos and pictures is in that very beginning, when you get into that park, after you hopefully get your boarding pass and there's nobody around to be in your shot. You could get really good pictures and videos of the whole Star Wars galaxy. And I like how enthusiastic everyone is. Oh, and on Rise of Resistance, like all the actors and the cast members, like they're so into it that it just creates that whole ambiance and experience. It's really special, guys. Like I'm sorry, I'm just like going on and on about it, but it truly is really special. And I can't wait to go again. I'll definitely try to make a reservation for Olga's Cantina. We tried to get in, but they were like, we're only taking reservations. And like, it's just, we're very spontaneous, so it's that all that planning is difficult for us. But we'll have to plan it next time and do that, because all of like the cocktails look really, really cool. After we rode the ride, we left, and I felt so satisfied with it all. It was a really nice trip, a nice spontaneous Disney trip. And yeah, I mean, Disney, like, I shouldn't be surprised because they're Disney, but that just, it was better than my expectations. So if you can do it, just wow.